Welcome to the program Afro Consciousness. But today I'm taking you through my perspective on recent shooting in Santa Fe, Texas. What is happening in this country? Well, let me take you way back into time since 1949. The following mass shooting are deadliest to have occurred in the modern American history since 1949 to present. This incident includes 10 or more fatalities are included. Let's take a look. We said 59, that's the years 2017, injured 851. The type of ammunition used is semi-automatic rifle. 2016, 50 dead, 58 injured, semi-automatic rifle and pistols. 2017, 23 dead, 23 injured, automatic, semi-automatic rifle and pistol. 2012, we got 28 dead, 2 injured, semi-automatic rifle. And 2017, 27 dead, 20 injured, semi-automatic rifle. 1991, we have 24 dead, 27 injured, semi-automatic rifle and pistols. 1984, 23 dead, 19 injured. 1966, 18 dead and 31 injured, multiple types of firearms. 2018, 17 dead, 17 wounded, semi-automatic rifles. And 2015, we got 16, we got 16 dead, 24 semi-automatic rifles. 1985, we have the death toll of 16 and 24 injured. 1986, 15 and 6 injured, multiple arm use, multiple types of firearm. 1999, 15 and 24 injured. 2009, we have 14, 4 injured. 2009, again, another 14, 33 injured, semi-automatic rifle and pistols. 1949, 13 and 3 injured. 1982, 13 and 1 injured, semi-automatic rifles. 1983, 13 dead and 1 injured. 2013, we have 13 dead, 8 injured, semi-automatic rifles, shotguns. We got 2012, 12 injured, 70 wounded, multiple types of firearms. In 1979, we got 11 wounded, semi-automatic and pistols and revivals. 2009, we have 11 dead, 6 injured, multiple types of firearms. 1984, we got 10 dead, handguns. 1990, 10 dead, semi-automatic rifle. 1999, we have 10 dead and 13 injured. 2005, we have 10, 5 injured, and the type of ammo, semi-automatic rifle. And then we got 2015, we got 10, 8 injured. And as we speak right now, 2018, just this month of May 17, we got 10 dead, 13 injured. And all this is more than 10. But the FBI and the government define mass shooting like a person killing 3 or more. But the question is, what are the more? This act is consistent since 1949. Since 1949, individuals go out there and kill. But one thing we fail to realize or fail to say, this act is an act of terror. The government of the United States have declared war on terror, failing to know or failing to realize that we have domestic terrorists. We have domestic terrorists here at home. Why can't we declare war on domestic terrorists instead of wasting thousands or millions of billions of dollars externally fighting terrorists? Is it a war on terror? Is it a war on occupying other nations, territories, and their resources? Afghanistan been more than 18 years and counting. It's becoming a countless war on terror. Is it a new empire that is spanning its wings across the globe and claiming it's fighting war on terror? More than 144 countries have bases. Is it war on terror or war on occupying an empire being established around a war in dominance? This is white supremacy extending its wings across the globe and claiming fighting war on terror. Since 9/11, there has not been no serious terror attack in this nation. But yet, America is fighting war on terror and wasting billions of dollars. Recently, a report came out that the Pentagon cannot even account for $1.2 trillion. What is happening? The war on terror. But here we have domestic terrorism. We don't even want to mention that because terrorism is so good to occur in this nation. Young white kids are going from school to school and murdering, terrorizing people, kids. And we fail to know or say that it's a terror out of terror. If any of these kids have been Muslims, we'll see the president, the Senate, the FBI, and law enforcement be more tough and strong and find looking for the source of the act. But these acts, the country refused to term this act as out of terror. When are we going to define the war on terrorism in this nation? If we can define the war on terrorism in another country. Now, there is no fix, according to the report here I got here, there's no fixed definition of a mass shooting. What is mass shooting? What is mass shooting? Are we looking at the shooting or the act? The shooting is the person go ahead and murder a couple of people, few people, 10, 15, 20. We call it mass shooting. It's in this act of terror. They terrorize children, school teachers. We call it mass shooting. Is that mass shooting? But a common definition is an act of violence, and violence that results into death of so many kids. It's an act of terror, excluding gang killing, domestic violence, and terrorist acts sponsored by an organization. What is going on? What is going on since 1949? People being murdered by others in numbers. And we fail to refer to these people that are killing them during the killing a terrorist. And we can go out there and declare war on terror. But externally, we don't want to because it's too good. As long the person is not a Muslim, as long the person is not from this country, the person will be referred to as terrorist. As long the person is a white American, he's a mass shooter. He's not a terrorist. But what it do is an act of terror. This is my perspective. Yes. Now, using this definition, one study found that nearly 1/3 of the world's population was public mass shooting between 1966 and 2012. 292 incidents occur in the United States, which has more mass shooting than any other country. Using the same definition, the Gun Violence Archive recorded 152 mass shootings in the United States between 1966, 1967, and 2018, averaging 8 fatalities per incident when the perpetrated death is included. This has been happening, and there's no administration being strong enough to put it from Ford, Nixon, Carter, Reagan, Clinton, Bushes, Obama, to Trump. No one No, none of the administration have come and put stop to this. Now we must stop this. How American carry these arms, deadly weapons, in defense of the Second Amendment. You have your Second Amendment rights. It's your right to carry arms. That's right. But sometimes you ask yourself, who is coming after you? Most of these guns are being bought. We have realized that most young children, school kids who have future being killed by young white men mostly, almost nearly. And yet, we call them the shooter, mass shooting. Why can't we say these are domestic terrorists? Yes, they are. That's my perspective. You see, the Senate, the Congress, are not very bold enough to come out and say this is an act of terrorism. And I went to hear from Bernie Sanders, who is bold enough. Because this is an act of terror. And we don't want to say that. Mass shooting. The shooter. Oh, the shooter has been in trouble. He got from a trouble home. No. Because there are a lot of people out there. A lot of people have been in trouble. A lot of people going through trouble. A lot of people going through problem. So you want to take the people to take their anger and vent it in order and want to blame it on what they've been going through, but not the arms they are holding. If you have most senators who receive campaign contributions from NRA, National Rifle Association, how will you talk? Because your campaign will not be sponsored by the NRA. So you don't have the voice to come out. The only thing we hear you saying, most senators saying, our thoughts and prayers. Your thoughts and prayers is not enough. Your thought and prayer is not the solution. Your thought and prayer is not what the people need now. The people need actions. In the action the people need, how these deadly weapons will be banned. How these deadly weapons will be confiscated. Oh yes, who? He's infringing on my Second Amendment rights. Wait a minute. When the forefathers, you may call them forefathers, yes? When the forefathers drafted the Constitution, they didn't see, they didn't know that these weapons that these kids are using to murder their fellow children are going to be used. These deadly weapons. Australia banned deadly weapons. And we say that I have to defend myself or protect myself. You go to some homes right now, some people got 4 or 5 of AR-47 or AR-42, whatever guns you got, deadly weapons, protecting you and your family. Who is coming after you? Who is coming after you? Or these kids walk to the gun store, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They buy this gun and go to schools and kill their friends. And this ceases for a month or two, then it occurs again. They will see our senators, our thought and prayers, governors, our thoughts and prayers. So thought and prayers, when there will be a solution to such a problem. Young children are dying. Kids with future, kids with brighter future. Every parent wants to see their children grow up to be good. Not some kind of sycophants going out there work just one day in a few minutes and gun down, kill, murder these children, terrorize the entire school and kill these children, and yet you fail to call this out an act of terror. You call it a gunman. He was not a gunman. He was a terrorist. He was a domestic terrorist. Is that why you don't want to say? And another thing we hear, what's the motive behind what he did? What is the motive behind what he have done? What is the motive in the church in North Carolina, in Indian in the movie theater. Recently in Texas, this thing is consistently, it happens every day. And you're asking for the motive? The motive is that they killed somebody's children. The motive is they took away families. The motive that they left a wound, a deep wound that cannot be replaced in the heart of those families. You don't have to see whatever that those so-called gunmen or shooters left behind before you know what they did. What they did is clear. What they did, you should know what they did, that they murdered people. That's what they did. They terrorized and murdered. Describe the act. Well, what they did. You don't call them mass shooters and make it so look good. Then you put an icing on the cake. Leave the cake flat. Leave the cake like that. Let people see it. Don't tell people there was a mass shooter. If this man was a Muslim, he had some kind of Muhammad name of Baruch, Razak, Ahmed name, we hear all the news media. This is an act of terror. This is an act of terror. Well, it's an act of terror. It's a terrorist. Oh, terrorist. This is what we hear all over the place. Oh, nice white boy, mass shooter. You're looking for the motive behind what he did. Stop playing those kind of games. People live in the age of consciousness, and they will question. People were trained not to question back in the days. People question. Today, people question. People will ask you why. In Paris recently, a man, a Muslim man, had a knife and murdered somebody. He was classified as a terrorist. Yes. So if you can go out there into different countries and call other people terrorists, now you have to own or hold up to yours. It's your turn. It's your turn to tell these young boys, young white boys especially, who are killing their friends, 10, 15 in the schools, in the cinemas, other places, refer to them as domestic white terrorists. This is my perspective. Share, like, subscribe. Well, this is how we bring this program to an end. Afro consciousness, psychology. This is my perspective on the recent incident that have occurred in this country. My shooter make no sense. They are domestic terrorists. Thanks for watching.